Imagine this. Your car breaks down on the way to work. You have no savings, rent is due in 2 days, and your bank account is sitting at $8.42. You open your phone, and there it is. A quick solution. Get up to $200 instantly. No credit check. It sounds like a lifeline. But is it really a lifeline? Or is it a trap waiting for your next paycheck? Today, we're talking about cash advance apps. Are they worth the fee? Or are they slowly draining your wallet every time you use them? Stick with me, because near the end of this video, I'm going to share the part nobody tells you. The one thing about these apps that could actually hurt your financial future even if you pay them back on time. Number 1. What are cash advance apps? Cash advance apps are apps that let you borrow a small amount of money before your next paycheck. Think of them as tiny, short-term loans that you can get in minutes. The typical amounts range from $20 to $300 depending on your income and app history. And the whole idea is speed and convenience. No credit checks. No long application forms. Just connect your bank, verify your job or income, and boom, cash lands in your account. Examples include apps like EarnIn, Dave, Bridget, Chime Spot Me, and MoneyLion. These apps are designed for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and need money right now. Number 2. Why people use them. Let's be honest. Life is expensive, and emergencies don't schedule appointments. Rent, groceries, gas, a surprise dentist bill. That one school project your kid forgot to mention until the night before. Sometimes payday is 5 days away, but life is happening right now. A cash advance app feels like a bridge. A small, temporary solution that gets you through the week. Example. If your job pays you every Friday, but by Tuesday you're already broke, a $100 advance might help you buy groceries so you don't have to skip meals. And when you're stressed, speed matters more than anything. These apps promise instant help. That's their superpower. But remember, every superpower has a cost. Number 3. The real cost. Even when they say no interest. Here's where things get tricky. Most cash advance apps say things like, no interest, no hidden fees. We just ask for tips. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the truth. They usually make money in 3 ways. Instant transfer fees. If you want the money right now instead of waiting 2 to 3 days, you might pay $1 to $15 depending on the amount. Subscription fees. Some apps charge monthly fees like $9 or $12. Tips. This is the sneaky one. They say tips are optional, but many apps recommend certain amounts and guilt trip you into paying them. Let's do a quick example. Say you borrow $75. You choose instant transfer for $5. You tip $4 because the app says it helps support other users. You spend $9 to borrow $75 for only a few days. That's like paying more than 12% for just a week. If you stretch that same cost over a full year, it could equal the same as paying hundreds percent interest, much higher than even most credit cards. So no, they don't call it interest, but it acts like interest. Number 4, the payday loan comparison problem. Cash advance apps want to look better than payday loans, and they often are, but that doesn't mean they're harmless. Payday loans can charge interest rates equal to 400% or more per year. Cash advance apps usually cost less than that. But if you are using these apps every single week or every few days, you are basically paying a little payday loan fee repeatedly. It becomes a cycle. Money comes in, you pay the app, you now have less money, you borrow again, repeat. This is how people feel like they're running in place financially. You're not moving forward. You're just catching your breath over and over. Number 5, the emotional trap of just this once. The first time you use one of these apps, it feels like relief. Like the app saved you. You might even feel grateful. But the danger is in the emotion. You start to trust the app. You start to depend on it. Your brain says, it worked last time. It'll work again. This is where habits form. And habits around borrowing, even small amounts, can shape your entire financial future. Think about it like this. If every month you're spending $30, $50, or more on fees, that money could have gone toward building your savings. And savings is what keeps you from needing cash advances at all. The cycle continues until something breaks. Number 6, how cash advance apps track your money and why it matters. To give you money, These apps connect to your bank account. They look at your income and your spending habits. They know exactly when you get paid. They know how often you overdraft. They know when your balance gets low. They use algorithms to decide how much to lend and when to take the money back. So if your paycheck hits on Friday, they may automatically withdraw the loan repayment before you pay your bills. This can lead to overdraft fees, missed payments, insufficient funds, and those things can cost way more than the original app fee. It feels automatic and convenient until the timing works against you. Number 7. When cash advance apps actually make sense. Not everything here is negative. There are times when using a cash advance app can be the smarter choice. Example: if the alternative is overdrafting your bank account and your bank charges a $35 overdraft fee, then paying a $5 instant fee to get a small cash advance could save you money. Another example: if your job tips are delayed, but you need gas to get to work, a $20 advance that helps you earn income that day could be worth it. The key is occasional emergency use only, not daily use, not weekly use, just emergencies. Number 8. The hidden risk nobody talks about. This is the big one, the part most people never think about. When you borrow your own paycheck early, you are taking money from your future self. Your next paycheck arrives, but part of it is already gone. So now your next month starts behind. You are playing catch up. That creates paycheck lag. Your money always feels like it's arriving too late. You keep borrowing more just to stay level. This is how long-term paycheck dependence is formed. And here's the scary part: you don't notice it happening until you're deep in it. Number 9. The better alternative strategy, simple and realistic. Let's talk solutions. Because the answer isn't just never use these apps. That isn't realistic for a lot of people. The solution is to break the cycle slowly. Here is a simple strategy. Step 1. Track 1 week of spending. Not 1 month, just 1 week. Step 2. Find one thing you can cut. This could be one takeout meal, one convenience purchase, one subscription. Step 3. Put that saved money into a small emergency buffer. Even $5 counts. Even $10 counts. When your buffer reaches something like $50, you will notice something powerful. The next time you're short, you won't need the app. And that is how financial freedom begins. Not with thousands of dollars. Not with fancy strategies. Just one small buffer. Number 10. So, are cash advance apps worth the fee? Here is the honest answer. They are worth it only if you use them rarely. You understand the fees. You have a plan to stop using them. They are not worth it if you are borrowing every paycheck. You are constantly paying instant transfer fees. You are tipping because of guilt. You are relying on them to get by every week. The apps are tools. Tools can help you. Tools can also hurt you. The difference is how often you use them and why you use them. Number 11. The stress cycle and mental load. Money stress hits your brain in a very real way. When you are constantly worrying about making it to your next paycheck, your decision-making gets worse. Your brain switches into survival mode. When you are in survival mode, you do not think long-term. You just think, how do I make it through today? Cash advance apps feed into this cycle. They give temporary relief, but they also reinforce the idea that you do not have control over your money. You start to believe that borrowing is normal. And when borrowing feels normal, it's hard to break free. This stress builds slowly until it becomes your everyday life. Number 12. Your paycheck feels smaller over time. When you use advances regularly, your future paychecks keep shrinking. It's like eating tomorrow's lunch today. When tomorrow comes, you're hungry again. If your paycheck is normally $700, but you always repay $100 to the app on payday, your brain starts to treat $600 as your real income. But your expenses do not shrink to match. So now, every month feels tighter. This makes it even more likely that you will need another advance. That cycle is how financial pressure becomes permanent. Number 13. You might stop looking for better solutions. When something feels convenient, it becomes comfortable. Cash advance apps make borrowing feel easy, fast, and low effort. Because of that, many people stop trying to improve their financial situation. They stop looking for better paying jobs. They stop budgeting. They stop building savings. Why? Because when borrowing solves the immediate problem, your brain thinks you already fixed it. But long-term financial progress requires noticing the problem, not just temporarily quieting it. For example, someone spending $40 a month on coffee might not notice it because the advance covers it. But without the advance, they would be forced to adjust. Convenience can hide problems that need attention. Number 14. You lose the chance to build financial confidence. Using your own money wisely builds confidence. Every time you solve a money problem without borrowing, your belief in yourself gets stronger. But when you use cash advance apps to cover every shortfall, you miss opportunities to learn how to manage those moments differently. For example, learning how to meal plan cheaply, buying groceries in bulk, negotiating a bill, or creating a small emergency fund. These skills are powerful. They build stability. Cash advance apps relieve pressure, but they do not build strength. And financial strength is what prevents emergencies from becoming disasters. Your financial life is not just about numbers. It's about habits, stress, and everyday choices. Cash advance apps can feel like help, but long-term financial strength comes from control, from breathing room, from not having to borrow from your future just to survive your present. So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever used a cash advance app? And if you have, did it actually help? Or did it make things harder later? Share your experience below.